Hey warriors, welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new here, my name is Rachel. I'm a yoga teacher and chronic illness warrior. This month is Ehlers Danlos Awareness Month, so I thought that today I would share a yoga practice that is suitable for EDS, as well as POTS, which is a common comorbidity with EDS. So I do have a couple of other videos on my channel about EDS. The other yoga practice I have is a little bit more intense than what we'll be doing today. That one focuses more on standing poses, improving your balance in order to strengthen and stabilize the body. But today we're just going to be doing a practice on the floor. Most of the poses are going to be lying down. So this is really great because it allows us to build strength and stability in the body, but it's also really gentle and relaxing, and it's also really great for those of us with POTS who might get dizzy or lightheaded whenever we're upright for long periods of time. So if you are completely new to yoga, or maybe you're coming back to your practice after a long break, I would love to invite you to head over to my website to download the ebook I made to go along with today's practice. This ebook has a whole bunch of tips and resources to really give you the power to begin creating a yoga practice that suits your unique and individual body. So whether you're doing this video or a different video, or maybe you're practicing with a different teacher, you will have the tools that you need to make your practice safe. For today's practice, I'm going to be using 3 yoga blocks. If you don't have these, that's okay. You can still do this practice. I would just recommend having some pillows or maybe a couple folded up blankets close by so that you can grab them and use them if you need to. So I'm going to have you start in a seated position against the wall. I'm going to use my blocks for this. Sitting up on top of a block can be really nice for releasing tension in the lower back. It helps to make the hips and the knees feel more comfortable. And then I'm also going to put a block under each of my thighs so that my hips don't open too far. And you can do this with your ankles crossed, or you can bring the soles of the feet together. And if neither of those options feels good, you can just extend the legs out straight. So once you're feeling comfortable and stable in your lower body, get really tall through your spine. So you're feeling the tailbone lengthen, grounding into the earth, and then the crown of the head lifts. So we've got kind of an opposing action happening in the spine, so you're getting really long. You might feel the abdominal muscles engage a little bit, the front ribs pull in, and the shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. You'll feel the shoulder blades kind of hug against the rib cage. You'll keep your chin parallel with the floor. And just take a moment to really tune in to the sensations of your body here. We're kind of using the props and using the wall to hold us in proper posture. So I want you to really get a feel for how this position feels. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. And it's almost like you're memorizing all of the little nuances you're experiencing in this pose. Becoming aware of your breath now. Feeling the breath originate at the base of your spine, so when you inhale, the lower belly expands first, then your rib cage, and then your chest. As you exhale, the chest deflates, then the rib cage, then the belly. So inhale, the breath travels up the spine. Exhale, that energy reverses. And as you breathe, allow the rest of your body to remain still. So the shoulders should remain in their sockets, away from your ears. Keeping your jaw relaxed, all the muscles of your face relaxed. As we practice today, keep in mind that you are the only one who knows what it's like to live inside your body. So ultimately, you are the one who gets to make the final judgment call on whether or not something is going to be right for you. So if any of the poses we do today don't feel comfortable, you are always welcome to opt out of the pose and maybe try an alternate pose, or maybe come back to this comfortable seated position instead, and just resume the practice whenever you're ready. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And then open your eyes. We'll set our props over to the side for now. And then we'll transition onto hands and knees for our tabletop pose. So in our tabletop pose, we want the wrists to be directly below the shoulders. The hips are directly above the knees. If you want, you can have the toes pointed, or you can flex the feet and come onto the toes for a little extra stability. Totally up to you. If you have sensitive wrists, you can come up onto closed fists, and that completely takes the bend out of your wrist, so that can help alleviate some of that pressure. But this might not feel super great for your fingers. So another option would be to come onto some blocks and maybe take the hands a little bit beyond the shoulders. If that's still not feeling quite right, you can drop down onto your forearms so that your elbows are directly below your shoulders. And you can do this on the blocks or on the floor. So go ahead and just find what's feeling best for you. And then once you've found your stable base, get really strong through your core. Again, you're feeling the shoulder blades kind of glide down the rib cage. And there's a slight bend in your elbows, so we're not hyperextending anything here. Then you'll keep your gaze just above your fingertips so that the neck stays long. And again, we're feeling the breath rise from the base of the spine on the inhale, and then exhale, descending. From tabletop, we'll transition onto our bellies. So walk the hands forward just a little bit. And then bend at the elbows. Baby back bend to lower your chest to the floor. And then the hips. And then straighten your legs. We'll come into crocodile pose. So if you'd like, you can take a block or one of your pillows or folded blanket and just bring it under your forehead. And then the arms extend in front of you. Maybe bring the fingertips to touch so that the elbows are bent and they kind of support the shoulders a little bit here. Another option here would be to add a rolled up blanket or a towel underneath the creases of your ankles. Sometimes this can feel better than having the feet flat to the floor. So just wiggle around a little bit, get comfortable. Then take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh once through your mouth. Completely let go of any muscular effort. We're giving the body a little break after our tabletop pose. On your next exhale, bring your hands below your shoulders. Feel the elbows pulling toward one another. Then inhale, lift your head. And slowly rise into baby cobra. So in our cobra pose, we want to keep the abdominal muscles engaged so the pelvis is evenly pressing into the earth on both sides. And this is going to protect your lower back. So this back bend is in the upper spine only. So you're feeling the shoulders open, the collarbones are broad. Elbows and shoulder blades are squeezing toward the midline. One more inhale. And exhale, lower back down. Again, inhale, rise. Feel the chest open, and you're feeling the muscles along your spine activate. So this is really going to help us with our posture. And exhale. We'll do this a few more times. So inhale, rise up. Breathing into your heart space. And exhale, lower. And we'll do this 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and release your arms in front of you. And we'll just take a moment in Crocodile. Maybe sway the hips a little bit side to side if that feels good for your lower back. On your next inhale, slowly lift your head. Go ahead and set your block or whatever props you're using to the side. And then gently roll yourself over onto your back. We'll come into constructive rest pose with the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And just let the hands rest on your belly. Again, taking a moment to really connect with your breath. Inhale, the belly expands, then the rib cage, and then the chest. Exhale, the chest deflates, then the ribs, then the belly. For our next exercise, we'll do arm raises. So go ahead and straighten your arms alongside your body. Feel your shoulder blades evenly pressing into the earth. If you need to, you can press into your feet, lift your hips, and lengthen your hips away from the crown of your head. So on the inhale, we're going to lift the arm off the mat. And we're only going so far as we can while still keeping the shoulder glued to the mat. So if you start to feel some resistance, that's your body telling you, okay, that's as far as I want to go today. So just listen to that intuition and honor your journey. You're exactly where you should be right now, and every time you practice, you're making progress. So on your inhale, lift your arm up. Exhale, lower back down. And then inhale, lift the opposite arm. Exhale, lower back down. And inhale, rise. Exhale. Changing sides, inhale. Exhale. And just continue with this at your own pace. Continuing to alternate sides, moving with your breath. So we're training the body to move within a normal range of motion. We're strengthening our muscle memory. So we'll do this a couple more times on each side. And then if it feels good for you, you can go ahead and hug opposite shoulders, crossing the arms over your chest. Or you can leave the arms extended alongside your body. And just take a moment to rest and breathe. Take one more deep inhale and exhale. Release your arms. Bring your knees into your chest and then extend the soles of your feet up toward the ceiling. We're going to flex the feet, but make sure that the soles of your feet are parallel with the ceiling. So we don't want any hyperflexing happening here. If you need to, bringing in a mirror right now might be a good idea, just so that you can see what your body is doing. Make sure that the feet are flexed to a normal degree. And you'll also want to keep a bend in your knees here. So you can keep your arms alongside you, or you can bring the hands to the backs of your thighs, just as a reminder to keep your knees slightly bent. You'll feel the back body heavy and relaxed against the earth. This is one of my go-to poses when my POTS symptoms are really acting up. It helps to recirculate the blood back to your brain, so you can feel more clear-headed, less brain foggy. On your next inhale, point your toes up toward the ceiling. Then exhale, flex the feet. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex. And just continue at your own pace. Again, we're just training the muscle memory of the body so that we can learn to move within a normal range of motion. So I want you to really focus all of your attention on the sensation you're experiencing right now. The sensation of the point, the sensation of the flex. It may not be a dramatic sensation, but that doesn't mean nothing's happening. Bring your knees back to your chest and give them a little squeeze. And then keep your right knee into your chest, but extend the left leg in front of you. This pose is great for digestive issues, which can be a huge problem for those of us with EDS and POTS. So I find that this really helps a lot. And if hugging your knee in front of your shin doesn't feel good, you can bring your hands to the back of the knee. And switching sides, so we're bringing the left knee into the chest and extending the right leg. And again, remember, even if it's not a huge sensation of stretch, that doesn't mean nothing's happening. We're recirculating the energy through the body. We're opening up. And this allows fresh blood flow to get into all of our tissues, all of our muscles, all of our joints. And release. We'll come into final relaxation. So if you want, this can be in Shavasana if that's a comfortable pose for you with the legs extended, or you can come back to constructive rest. And this time I'll just have you take the feet slightly wider than your hips and let your knees just fall in toward one another. And then just extend your arms alongside your body with your palms facing up. Again, it might be a good idea to lift your hips up and lengthen the tailbone away from the crown of your head. If you'd like, you can also take one of your blocks or a pillow and place it underneath the back of your head, just to create some extra length in the back of your neck. And allowing yourself to just settle in. Giving your muscles permission to let go. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. If your mind begins to wander, bring your awareness back to your breath. Feeling the breath rise on the inhale and descend on the exhale. You can rest here for as long as you would like. And then when you're ready, go ahead and roll yourself over to your side. And then just take your time coming up to sit. Thank you so much for completing this practice with me today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up so that it can reach more people. And don't forget to head over to my website to download your free copy of my Yoga for Hypermobility ebook. I think that you'll really get a lot of benefit out of it. And I hope to see you all again really soon. Namaste.